right, we start this hour with some new information right now from the Chinese regarding the Chinese spy balloon that was allegedly flying over parts of the U.S. China, though, now says this balloon is a civilian airship that is used for research that blew off course. They are expressing regret over the incident.
Now, on Thursday, Pentagon officials announced they're tracking the balloon and that at this time, quote, it does not present a military or physical threat to the people on the ground, and that it was not obstructing commercial air defense or air traffic. Defense and military officials warned President Biden against shooting down the balloon over the safety risks to people on the ground. This announcement coming just a week before Secretary of State Antony Blinken is expected to meet with Chinese President Xi Jinping in Beijing.
David J. is on the ground in Billings, Montana, where the surveillance balloon is visible, with more on that developing story.
That thing just morphed into two circles.
It's a sight that had people talking all across southern Montana. A Chinese spy balloon clearly visible from the streets of Billings.
Okay, that thing is not the moon. The moon is right there.
But we're now learning this strange sight in the sky has been on the government's radar for days. At a Pentagon briefing Thursday, a senior defense official said, "We have been tracking it for some time," saying it entered the continental U.S. airspace a couple of days ago. When asked whether the balloon was trying to collect intelligence on Montana's missile silos, a senior defense official said, "Clearly, the intent of this balloon is for surveillance, and so the current flight path does carry it over a number of sensitive sites. We know exactly where this balloon is, exactly what it is passing over." The Department of Defense does not believe the surveillance led to any taking of sensitive information and says other instances of the activity like this have been observed in previous years. But that does little to assure many here in Montana.
This is a perfect example of why we need Senate Bill 203. This really shows that there are nations out there that want to spy on us.
Miles City State Senator Ken Bogner is sponsoring legislation aimed at keeping adversarial nations from acquiring land and critical infrastructure in Montana. A bill he says he was motivated to sponsor because of land recently purchased by a Chinese company just 15 miles from the Minot Air Force Base in North Dakota.
The ag production land hits the issues of food security. We help feed the entire nation. And the critical infrastructure is things like oil refineries, telecommunication facilities.
As for the balloon, the Department of Defense says it did consider shooting it down, but a senior official said it was large enough to cause damage from the debris field if we downed it over an area. We just couldn't buy down the risk enough to feel comfortable recommending shooting it down. That leaves some Montanans wondering if and when it will return.